Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, as many people will recall, singer Rihanna was offered an opportunity to perform during the Super Bowl halftime show last year, and she declined. And recently, she made comments about why she declined. And this is what she said. She said, "I couldn't dare do that. Who gains from that? Not my people. I couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler. There are things within that organization that I don't agree with at all. And I was not about to go and be of service to them in any way." So that's what the sister Rihanna had to say. And I just have to commend her for taking a bold, courageous stand against the NFL. You all know why people are standing up against the NFL. It's because of their despicable treatment of the brother Colin Kaepernick. They have basically blackballed that brother, blacklisted that brother, banned that brother, persecuted that brother, crucified that brother, sacrificed that brother. They basically have used him as an example. You know, that brother stood up against police brutality by staging a bold and courageous protest by refusing to stand during the playing of the national anthem. He began to take a knee during the playing of the national anthem to make a bold statement against police brutality. Because you can't sing about land of the free, home of the brave, while black men and women are being killed by these police on a regular basis, and rarely is there justice for the victims of police brutality. So this brother took a bold and courageous stand, and now you have an NFL that is trying to send a message by colluding to prevent this brother from getting picked up by any team, by colluding to punish this brother, to set an example, basically setting an example saying that if you take any kind of courageous stand like this brother did, then we will crucify you and we will punish you. And that's what they are doing to this brother. They're using him as an example, just like the slave master would brutalize any slave that dared to run away from the plantation. They would brutalize that slave in front of all the slaves, so all the slaves could see, and so all the slaves could get the message that you don't run from this plantation. And if a slave had the courage to stand up and rebel against a slave master, they would torture that slave and abuse that slave and, do all kinds of despicable things as they killed that slave to terrorize and terrify the rest of the slave population so that they would not dare rebel against a slave master. We know about what happened to Nat Turner when he rebelled against a slave master. And this is just another example of them trying to intimidate the rest of the players by basically making it impossible for this brother to work again. Over the years, the NFL has tolerated all kinds of horrible behavior from football players. Horrible, despicable behavior, domestic violence, drug use and all kinds of things. But when a black man takes a stand by remaining seated or by kneeling, much how Rosa Parks took a stand by refusing to stand up when that police officer or that bus driver told her to get off the bus or to stand up and get out of her seat. This brother is taking a stand, and because of that, he's being punished. And it's like, I can appreciate a courageous sister like Rihanna for, taking this stand, for speaking out, because she could have went along to get along, like so many of these other people. She could have done the thing that was popular among, the mainstream society and just performed and gained a lot of more fans and all that kind of stuff. But this sister took a stand. That could have been an opportunity for her to promote her next project, but this sister decided that integrity was more important. And sadly, too many of our people do not understand the importance of standing up for something. For them, it's more valuable to be entertained than it is to fight for justice and equality. Entertainment in their mind is more important than equality and justice. These people have no spirit of sacrifice. Our ancestors and our elders sacrificed so that we could have the things that we have today. Sacrifice, for instance, during the Montgomery bus boycott by refusing to ride on those buses. Instead, they decided to walk to work. Instead, they decided to carpool to work. They made great sacrifices. Over 300 days of sacrifice. But you can't get some of these Negroes to cut off the football game. They're not willing to sacrifice anything. Watching some men in tights running around on a football field playing with a ball is more important to them than standing up for justice, than standing up for equality. And that's a damn shame, man. The other thing that I want to talk about is this, man. You have all these people that go in on black immigrants. You know, they go off on black immigrants. You know, these people that are a part of this ADOS movement. They often talk about how you don't have immigrants standing up for black American issues and all that kind of stuff. Well, here you have somebody who's from the islands standing up on behalf of the black community. When she talked about how that doesn't help her people, she's talking about black people, period. When she takes a stand with this brother, Colin Kaepernick, she's standing up for black people who've been victims of police brutality. You know, and we have so many examples of black immigrants standing up for African Americans. It goes without saying. I mean, you got Marcus Garvey, you got Kwame Ture, and the list goes on and on. You've heard this before in my prior videos condemning that ADOS movement. But here you have an example of a sister who is a black immigrant standing up for the black American community. And I have to respect that. I have to salute that. You know, at the same time, you got quote unquote African Americans, quote unquote ADOS, who have sold out the people. So anyway, man, tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content here. Also, I encourage you all to donate to my political campaign to become the next Baltimore City Councilman for District 4. Put your money where your mouth is. You know, you talk about the need for us to not only vote, but to also financially support progressive candidates. Here's your opportunity to do so. You know my track record. Support your brother. In the description box, I'll have a link to my political campaign website, a link to the donation page. Support your brother. Like my page on Facebook, both the page for New Possibilities and the page for this political campaign. I'll post links to those all in the description box. Peace.